Ah, yes, the trade heard around the world was Freddy Peralta and Tobias Myers to the New York Mets. The Brewers just got fleeced because they traded 2 big leaguers for 2 minor leaguers, right? No, I genuinely think Milwaukee can come out on top in this. Here is what their return, Brandon Sproat and Jett Williams, a couple of top 100 prospects, by the way, can bring to the table. We'll begin with Brandon Sproat, the more league-ready of these 2 new Milwaukee prospects. You hear it all the time. Pitching lab, pitching lab. Well, what can Milwaukee do to help out a guy who had an ERA in the high 4s last year? First off, very small sample size, and that's a major overreaction. Second, let's peel back the layers of what Mr. Sproat has to offer. For one, every laboratory needs the right equipment. And every experiment needs the right ingredients, right? Good news for Brewers fans, Brandon Sproat has a lot of good ingredients. This guy is supposed to be a starter in this league. That's what he's been brought up as. I know that because he has a 6-pitch mix, and he likes to experiment. Notable arms like Paul Skeens, Edward Cabrera, Seth Lugo do the same thing. They experiment with variety. If you give the hitter more options on their quiz question, they are more likely to get it wrong if there's only one right answer, assuming they guess the pitch correctly. Sinker, sweeper, curve, change, and then the 97-mile-per-hour 4-seam fastball coming right at you. The slider is still a work in progress as well. Notice how all over the map this guy is, though. Arm side ride, glove side dip, the sinker and the changeup are in the same exact spot, except, yep, that sinker buzzes in 5.5 miles per hour faster than the changeup does. It comes out high, it comes out low. You get the picture. The high-octane fastball, I want to hone in on that as well. Again, very small sample size, but hitters went 1 for 7 in big league play against it, and it can buzz up near 100 miles per hour when Brandon Sproat really gets going. Imagine that in a starting pitching rotation that already includes Jacob Mizorowski, Chad Patrick at times. You get the picture. The pitch grades in the top 22% of hurlers right now for average velocity off the right hand. Pretty good for 2026 when everyone is trying to throw 100. I also want to talk about that changeup. 60 grade on Mr. Sproat's scouting report. It's gliding about 18 inches from that 33-degree arm angle according to our movement profile graph on Baseball Savant here. And it also, in another small sample size, gave hitters plenty of trouble. Average launch angle is -4 degrees. You know what that means? His opponents are beating that baseball into the ground. Walk issues, that's what we'll talk about next, right? So what's wrong with this guy? He's got a 6-pitch mix, a high-octane fastball, a nasty changeup. Everyone has something they need to work on. And for Sproat, he walks some people. We saw a walk rate above 10% in 2023 when he was playing college ball for the Florida Gators, national runners-up that year. Walked 95 hitters and 237 innings of minor league ball with a slight spike from 2024 to 2025, but that's honestly not too alarming considering these are better hitters who will be more picky as he's making his way up the professional baseball rankings. But man, find me a better place to be if you're a pitcher with a 6-pitch mix and a high-octane fastball who's looking to work on commanding his stuff. Look no further than Quinn Priester, someone who was essentially a lost arm for a while before Milwaukee harnessed him and turned him into one of the best stories of the season. Aaron Savale was struggling mightily before heading to the Brewers and put together one of the best stints of his career when he was there. The list goes on and on and on. I think Sproat being a solid rotation piece is the make or break in this deal, and I like Milwaukee's odds. And let's move on to Jett Williams, the other half of this trade, by the way. With a first name like Jett, you've got to be fast, right? And he is. Like 90 stolen bases over the course of 294 games of pro ball fast. Jett Williams is just the perfect fit for this Brewers team. He's a short king. Pat Murphy's already making jokes about him. He plays the game hard, and the guy steals bases. Remember, the Brewers don't hit a ton of home runs, nor do they value it a ton. Home runs are expensive. Willy Adames, see ya. Bryce Terang, Caleb Durbin, Jackson Churio, who does a little bit of everything. Hello. Those guys have control or aren't as expensive, and they steal. This team steals. Don't be deceived by that 5'7" frame, though. Jett can swing the bat. He throttled 17 home runs and tacked on 34 doubles and 7 triples across 2 levels of play this past year. Good enough for an 828 OPS, which will play just fine. The guy's stingy, too. 206 walks to 290 strikeouts. What's another way to describe a gritty baseball club like the Brewers, who became the hottest team in the game last summer? Work those 5, 6, 7 pitch at bats. That's Jett Williams. Versatility is on this young man's side too. Will he play in the outfield? Will he play in the infield? Yet to be seen. Murph might be able to move him around, and frankly, he may have to, because this farm system is growing top-tier shortstops left and right. I see the 209 batting average in AAA, and I hear you, to those who are concerned about it. But to that, I also say it's a small sample size, one where he hit 7 home runs in just over 30 games, by the way, for AAA Syracuse, and the tools are there for the molding. Long term, if Sproat ends up being the rotational piece I think he can be, and the Brewers pitching lab keeps their reputation and builds it with him, I think Milwaukee comes out on top of this trade. They only had 1 year of control left for Freddy Peralta before he was inevitably going to be too expensive for Milwaukee. Anyway, if you enjoy videos like this, leave a like, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.